Greetings, community. This is Larry 3. I wanted to make a video on my M36, mainly about why I use the modules and crew skills that I use. To start off, I'll show the obvious, the turret. You may notice more times than not, I'll use the stock turret. If you look right here, see the numbers? They're exactly the same. But these numbers do not reveal everything. See my concealment? These numbers 38, 15. That's with the stock turret. That's placed on the top turret. See how concealment got worse. Also, see the view range still the same. These numbers still the same. They placed on the stock turret. Concealment improved. So what does the top turret do? It gives you an additional 30 HP, but it reduces concealment by 2.80 in stationary and 1.45, I believe, while moving. The bottom turret, which I'm using right now, you won't get the 30 HP, but you'll get the 2.80 and the 1.40. Basically, this one, lower health, more concealment, higher health, less concealment. So you have to choose. You want more concealment or more HP. You can't have both either. It's one or the other. I prefer the bottom one more, just because I like the concealment, and well, yeah, I choose concealment over HP. But everyone has their preferences, so yeah. Now for my crew skills. I prioritize Brothers in Arms first, mainly because not only does it improve, well, everything here and there, but I cannot get vents. See, vents only works if you have a roof on your tank. Vents will not work on open top. Now I could put on my top turret because I get a cover, but I still cannot get ventilation. See, it is not there. Now for the others. So I went with Recon because it increases maximum view range. I prioritize that. My radio, here he is, radio operator. I went with situational awareness to extend view range. I prioritize view range. I cannot always depend on light tanks. So if somebody's coming after me, I need to see them before they see me. And 500s are almost 500. That is pretty good for tier 6. At least in my book it is. Next up, let's see. Adrenaline Rush. This isn't always helpful, but when it is, it really is. If my vehicle's below 10%, my reload time will go down to 5.9 seconds, I believe. It's, if you're surrounded and want to deal as much damage as you possibly can, basically go down fighting, this is really helpful. I like to go down fighting. I don't like to run away. Well, if running away will help me fight on, then I'll do that. But if I'm out of options, then this is really great to have. Let's see. This is more of based on past experiences. There are times where I wish I could have had a different shell type in my gun. So, for example, one time I was facing a Hellcat and I pinned it, but I didn't roll high enough. If I had, he would have been a one-shot. But if I had HE, Yeah, he would have died. Yeah, that's mainly the thought behind this one. Although I'm not going safe. I'm not getting safe stowage next. I'm getting concealment. Because I do care about concealment. It's more of what, like, I wanted view range before concealment. The signal boosting. This sorta kinda helps with view range. See, your radio helps you spot enemies that you cannot spot on your own. So if somebody else spots an enemy, you're seeing what they're seeing because your radio. And well, yeah, that's basically it. It sort of kind of helps. I probably could have got something better with this. I like the extended signal range. Looking back, I probably would have went with concealment or. This is nice, but not as good as this one. I think this one is better than this one. Let's see. Now, this skill, armor, I went with it because while my mantlet can take a beating, and it really can. In fact, it's simultaneously spaced armor and sloped armor. Okay, see the turret armor is 76. It's talking about this. This, on the other hand, is additional armor. So you got spaced armor and sloped armor. It's very easy for this to bounce. Just see how angled it is. Yeah, it's very easy. But let's say I'm in a hold down position. My front area of my tank is covered. I'm using my, or they can only see my mantlet. My mantlet's taking a beating, but here's the thing. My gun is right here. So if they can't hit my hull, they're going to hit this and maybe my gun. If it gets damaged, I still want to be able to shoot straight. So I went with this because this kind of goes back to the view range. I need to see the enemy. Even if they disappear, if I can see them a lot longer, that really helps. I basically sort of put everything I can into helping my view range. Believe it or not, it's really helpful. I know some players will say, go for concealment first. Concealment, concealment, concealment. I get it, but okay, I know how to work a bush. So I'm getting concealment. I just wanted to get the view range ones first. Yeah. That's pretty much the thought process. Although I'm certain people will still complain. But it's what I prioritized. As you can see right here, I'm already going for concealment on this. I had to get these two out of the way though. The thing about crew skills is that the more you get, the harder it is to get. So it's very easy to get the first one. Getting the second one's a lot harder, and so on and so on. It's because the XP you needed to get for, say, the first one is not as much to get the second one. The more you get, the more XP you need to get it. That's why I wanted to get this out of the way first. But thankfully, Scarlet here, Scarlet Miller, she already had these. So if with my old commander, should still be in the barracks. Yeah, here he is. Can it show me? Well, I was already working on Brothers in Arms C before I switched them out, but after that, I would have gone for 6 cents. And oh yeah, that's basically the thought process behind what I chose for my M36. Some people will ask why I have an innovative loading system on this tank. It's tier 6. Well, remember, this is my favorite tank, so that's the thought process behind that. I went with a large repair kit just because I can instantly click the button and it'll repair. I don't have to click the, what is it, the 5 key and then the 2 key or whatever. Same with first aid. If I use a small first aid kit, I'll have to click the 4 key and then whatever key I have to pick. With the large repair and large first aid, I'll just click 1 key. I wouldn't say it's costly to me, because if you see, I have 192 in my depot. I would sell them, but see, as you could see, I usually like to use them first on other tanks. I think a smaller tier might be, yeah, see, I don't play my T1 as much. I like it, but I don't play it as much, so it gets the smaller stuff. But anyway, that's basically the thought process behind my M36. How many times can I say that in the video? I mean, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.